I'd like to talk about the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit against Trump. First of all, it was filed under the Adult Survivors Act, which gives plaintiffs a window to file a lawsuit uh, against someone for an incident that happened ages and ages ago. And this is constitutional because there's no guarantee of a speedy trial in a civil lawsuit since it's not the government that's prosecuting you. But going back this far, what it does is it makes it a he said, she said type of trial because it's very hard to find witnesses or evidence from years and years ago. And that's what the statute of limitations was enacted for. So, the defendant couldn't be prosecuted the statute of limitations cooked off because the defendant couldn't get the evidence or the witnesses he needed to defend him or her or itself. And this law has expired, but E. Jean Carroll filed it before the law. E. Jean Carroll was married to John Johnson, who was I think, ABC News reporter. Johnson would come to our legalized marijuana demonstrations and smoke pot with us, which was pretty cool. But this gives you an idea of where she was coming from. And so she filed this suit and claiming that Trump raped her in a dressing room in Berghoff Goodman. But she doesn't remember the date or the year. So there's no way Trump can come up with an alibi, which is ridiculous. And then she said, oh, I told it to my friend. And then the friend come and testified, but, they could have concocted this up as Trump haters, who knows? Because there's no other than the word of a friend. Oh yeah, she told this to me, and her word. There's no hard evidence. Now she claims that she met him in a revolving door, and they both went up, and he says, "Oh, I want you to help me find some, lingerie or dress or something for someone I'm going to give a present to." But the thing is, she claims there was no customers and no clerks on the entire floor of Berghoff Goodman. And there's a lot of valuable stuff there. Like this is absurd. No customers. Not only is Berghoff Goodman a place where people purchase merchandise, it's also a tourist attraction where people come to see, what high-end stuff looks like that they can't afford, like tourists come there. So, the fact that the place was empty, somebody could have gone behind the jewelry counter, and just, ripped off all the jewelry or the perfume counter or whatever. This is not credible that there were no customers and no clerks there at the time the rape occurred. And then she claimed it occurred in a dressing booth, and the door just happened to be open that day, just not locked as it usually is because they don't want junkies coming up from the street and getting in there and shooting up and stuff, as they're prone to do. And okay, so that's another coincidence that can't really be explained. So the jury, you know, it's just improbable that she doesn't remember the date of the attack or the year. The dressing rooms were normally locked, happened to be open, and there were no customers or clerks on that floor of Berghoff Goodman where the attack allegedly occurred. So this was given to a jury of New York City where they all hate Trump. It's like everybody in the city hates Trump. It's like if you like Trump, you have to like keep it really quiet, keep it on the down low. Otherwise, you're going to be ostracized. Uh, so the jury looked at all the evidence, and what did they decide? They decided that she wasn't penetrated in the uh, dressing room because it was anatomically impossible for that to have happened. Okay? But she was assaulted in the dressing room. Now, if E. Jean Carroll is lying about having been penetrated, why didn't the jury figure if she's lying about that, why isn't she lying about having been sexually assaulted? But they hated Trump so much that he was convicted. And, you know, definitely a miscarriage of justice.